This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. If you go to theyoungturks.com/GoDaddy, you get the best promo codes in the world.
So Darrell Issa, of course, now is the head of the Government Oversight and Reform Committee, and he's a Republican from California. And one of the things he says he's going to do is go after Obama, and he's called him, one of the most corrupt presidents of all time before. Then he said, well, kind of, not exactly. And he says he's going to launch these investigations. But the other thing that he's doing, which I think is almost more important, is that he's going to different industry and trade groups and saying, what can I do for you? You know, you guys got us elected as Republicans. You know, you paid us money, and we tricked the American people, and they voted for us. So now it's time to pay you back. And he wrote a letter to over 150 trade associations and companies saying, what regulations can I remove for you? And a lot of them have responded. Now, people have asked for Freedom of Information Act to find out what those responses are. And the American people and the Democrats on that committee are definitely allowed to see that. And obviously, Issa has not let them see it so far, right? He says maybe later he'll show you some of them. But 33 of the companies and groups have voluntarily given over the letters that they sent requesting removing of regulations, etc. And already the list is amazing. So it ranges from things like the American Chemistry Council saying, they are opposed to a recently proposed EPA standards on boilers and incinerators, which are designed to, quote, significantly cut emissions of pollutants that are of particular concern for children. So these guys are saying, yeah, those pollutants that are a concern for children that the EPA wants to regulate, how about we don't regulate it and just let it be a concern for children, but we'll make an extra couple of bucks. What could it hurt? And then you go to the National Multi-Housing Council, who says, hey, can we please not check to see if there's lead in our paint? Again, if the kids eat it, the adults, what are you going to do? Okay, but I got to make an extra buck. There's the comical one is the International Sleep Products Association. They're upset with the rules requiring flammability tests for children's mattresses. Children's on fire. What are you going to do? Now, look, I understand, of course, business is going to fight for less regulation. They're going to say, hey, look, we don't need to test the mattresses as much for flammability, right? And there's going to be consumer groups that brought that to people's attention because apparently the beds were lighting on fire or were more easily lit on fire or caught on fire, et cetera, et cetera. And you got to come up with a balancing act. But ICE is not looking for a balancing act here. He's saying, tell me what you need me to get rid of so you can do whatever you like. And the perfect example of that is the letter from the Business Roundtable. Now, they represent many business interests. And they asked him to remove regulations in three major areas of their greatest concern. Environmental regulation, let a lot of these companies, especially the energy and oil companies and coal companies, let them do a little bit more pollution. Come on, everybody makes more money. Financial reform, of course, the banks want to make more money, and healthcare and retirement benefits. So let us, get rid of healthcare reform and let us raid people's retirement benefits. And when it gets more specific, it's even better. On the financial reform category, the Business Roundtable opposes CEO pay disclosure rules. They don't want anybody knowing how much the executives are getting paid. Disclosure of the use of conflict minerals, blood diamonds, etc. Okay, don't let people know that we're using that. That's not right. We don't want that kind of transparency. Take that away. Whistleblower protections. So if someone blows the whistle saying, hey, my company's breaking the law or endangering the public, we don't want them protected. No. Take away those protections. Look, we bought the politicians. We want you to do all these things so we have all the advantages and the American consumer and voter doesn't. And finally, the other thing they want to take away is derivatives regulation, as if the rest of it wasn't disastrous enough. Derivatives are, of course, one of the major concerns and causes of the financial collapse in 2008, and they will be one of the major reasons, if not the major reason, for the next time our economy collapses. So, of course, the Business Roundtable is saying, don't regulate them. Let us do whatever we want, take whatever risks we want. And then, of course, the next time they collapse, the Business Roundtable will come back to people like Issa and say, now give us another bailout. And that's how these corporate interests have bought our government and our politicians. And Republicans are right now in the middle of kowtowing to them, catering to them, and giving them exactly what they wanted. I just don't think that, a great majority of the American people have any idea what they're voting for when they vote for Republicans. You think they represent you? They represent the people who pay them, and that's these guys.
Cenk, if you want to buy a domain name, you want to know the best website to go to?
I already know it. GoDaddy.com.
First of all, they have 24/7 customer service.
If you want to download GoDaddy's free iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry app, boom, on your phone instantly. And if you go to theyoungturks.com/GoDaddy, you get all of our promo codes, like TYT1 gets you 10% off of all of your orders.
TYT3 gets you a .com domain for only $7.99.
You can't beat that.